Shush. Greetings, mortals, and welcome to what should be the season finale, maybe, of Season 2 of Integrated Dice Management presents Houston After Dark. I am your storyteller, Ron Bjork, and with me tonight is Hayden.
Hey, it's good to be here. Excited to find out what happens to my sire tonight.
Along with Hayden, we've got the wonderful William.
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. I'm going to be playing Jerry tonight. Let's see what kind of hijinks our favorite therapist can get up to.
And last but not least, we've got Frank.
Hey guys! That was it.
That's Frank. Jaden is not with us tonight. He mentioned possibly popping on, but I doubt that'll happen. Let us all pray that he makes it home safe because he is working after dark today, and we all know that he is has trouble staying awake. I
can't find the button to make the pictures go away.
You know, that's a valid point. He might crash and die on the way home. But speaking of, on 99 today, there was a guy, like a middle-aged guy, who ran over like 200 yards of the guardrail. And I was stopped where I could see the officer like knocking on the window. When he opened up the car door, the guy just like slumped out. So like either he like medical issues happened, or he was like on drugs or something, like a crash from a drug.
So Frank, go to audio video, and then click video display. And it lets you change the player video / avatar size.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, she's been eating.
All right. Today, in the game, because Frank always brings up the real date, in the game, it is Tuesday, February 4th, 2020. Forecast for the evening, clear skies in the upper 50s. We have a waxing gibbous moon, still red. Top news for today, high-speed chase ends in downtown Houston. Suspect arrested. 40,000 square foot intergalactic arts installation, Seismic, coming to Houston. I've been to that. Rush Limbaugh announces that he has advanced lung cancer, and the app behind the Iowa caucus chaos not vetted or properly tested, says experts. Today's holidays, World Cancer Day. Trending on Twitter, hashtag Rush Limbaugh, hashtag World Cancer Day, hashtag Beyonce, and hashtag Rosa Parks. I guess maybe is February Black History Month, or is it her birthday or something? I don't know.
I think February is Black History Month. Also, it is Tuesday.
You just have Tuesday.
You just have the year wrong.
Interesting. It is Tuesday. And the time that we are recording this, it is Tuesday, February 13th, in another year than 2020. But
through audio magic.
2020. Yep. So the last session, I don't have a lot of memory, but I do know you guys met up with a couple of vampires, including
the
Olivia
last
Taylor and Frida, and maybe someone else.
We met there with Olivia, the Rat King.
Oh yes, the Rat King. How could I forget the Rat King?
Yeah, and Cassidy.
And they told you about the sort of resistance to the prince, and tried to recruit you guys, and you guys were kind of iffy about that. So that's pretty much the main event that happened. I don't know. Do you guys remember if anything else happened?
We drove to the place where I first got vomited all over myself and shit myself. The next morning when I got turned into a vampire officially, I'm there with I can never remember her name. I'm there with Cole, not Jerry. Specifically told Jerry to stay away. And Olivia. Olivia's with us with the New Blood.
New Blood. Oh, with the gangrel girl?
Yes.
Wow, I do not remember this part.
Cassidy is also with us, but also the new homeless guy that got turned with us
Ah, yes.
on the same date.
Yes. His name was.
I don't see his name anywhere, which is
His name was not important at the moment, I guess. It wasn't Liam Riva.
no.
Oh wow, I don't know what his name was.
Oh, is it Jeremiah?
No, that
Who's
is
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah is the guy who mind controlled
Oh, that's whole.
Hayden's wife. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that's
his name
all
right
Jaden's
now.
art. Wesley's art.
Interesting that I've forgotten that. Oh well. He's a
Yeah, I don't see his
Nosferatu,
name
so
down
when you
here.
guys wake up, you don't see him. He's missing because he can turn invisible. So he could be anywhere.
Wait.
Did
So
you
like
go
I wake
with-
up and he's not. So we haven't gone to sleep yet. From last session we haven't gone to sleep yet, and I was still talking to Olivia a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, if we want to go to sleep, and so like when we wake up, I don't see him.
Yes. When you wake up in the morning, he seems to be missing.
Okay, what's homeboy's name?
I don't know. I don't remember. That's
Kevin.
why he's missing.
His name's Kevin.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kevin. Man, I can't remember that guy's name. Not this one. It's none of these
No, it's
people.
not.
Do I have notes from that? Did his character sheet not save or something?
I think that has to be it because I'm looking all these names and I remember
Yeah.
each and one of these people and their thing.
Well, this is what happens when you drink alcohol while playing. You don't remember things. This is what happens when I'm on the phone with you guys all day instead of listening to the vampire episodes like I'd planned to.
That's entirely Hayden's fault.
Mhm.
Like literally when you called me Hayden, I was listening to the like very beginning of last session.
Damn. Sorry,
Yeah.
I wanted to bitch and moan about the new book I was listening to.
Yeah, that's okay. I forgive you.
It's fine. He forgives you.
Well,
Anyways, can we
audience,
just-
if you remember his name, please email us at idmroleplay@gmail.com. It will be probably like a year late because we've got quite a few episodes between what's currently out and when you hear this, but, you know, he's probably just going to vanish from our thoughts until I listen to that episode. So, yeah, you wake up and he's missing.
All right, for now, I guess we'll just call him Kevin. I guess just
Yeah,
to appease
Kevin's
Frank.
fine. Yeah.
So I wake up and like I look around just to make sure last place I put him. I think personally, I probably would try to put him down in the hole. Would he have gone down there if I tried to do that?
Let's see. He might have gone. Yeah, he might have gone down there with you.
Okay.
So yeah, when you go down and look in there, the grate that was on the floor. Well, no,
Mhm.
you've already removed that, haven't you?
Yeah, I've already moved that.
You go down there looking for him, and the door is off its hinges.
I like start
Who's
calling out his
got
name.
music
Hey,
from? That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
My ADD got the better of me. I'm sorry.
and I go, Kevin, where the hell are you?
There's no answer.
When did we fall asleep?
It's the next day.
Next night.
Did we ever go to sleep?
Is
You don't really have a choice if the sun comes up. Unlike wait, I think Frank, I think you're the
Yeah.
only one that can
So you
kind of fight
guys,
that for a little bit, right?
you
No, I
guys
can
went
fight
to
that.
the
Well,
meetup.
I can.
And then after that was done, besides whatever Hayden was doing here, y'all just had kind of like a regular night off.
So after all the
Attended.
bullshittery, we're off for a day.
Well, what were you gonna do? Bill, what's his face? Jerry returned and
So
can't
I
remember anything
know
that happened. The sheriff told you she
Cassidy.
was looking into things.
I know Cassidy's with us and Olivia. Did they stay?
Yeah, they're there. They wake up, around the same time as you.
Okay.
Is Cole there?
Cole
I
is
have no
here.
idea.
Why is
Chose
Jerry
to be
not there?
We
Oh.
specifically told Jerry to stay away because Max thinks he's bugged.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Makes
I'm
sense.
so because of that, and also because I don't know any better. Jerry's at like this all night jazz club coffee place, but he's also
God, Jazz Coffee.
He's trying to put on a show in case he is bugged. But while he's there, he is messaging he wants to message his sire while he's doing that. Just making sure he's as close to the most obnoxious jazz playing he can find, just in case.
Nice. And he's calling his sire?
Yeah, he's well, he's not calling, he's messaging. Sorry.
Messaging? Okay. What do you message her?
Who do I talk? Who is the oldest living vampire I can talk that I can talk to? Older than the prince.
Man, you're gonna make me bust out some names. Hold on, let me.
Oh yeah, I am.
Let's see here.
You can talk to Kane, who was Bigfoot.
Well,
here's
nobody knows.
The Terminix truck in Florida flipped over.
Oh, I hope nobody I knew. I met a lot of those. I met a lot of those guys at a Terminix convention.
In Florida?
Oh no, it was here. It was in Houston, but they flew in people from all over the country, and I met a bunch of people from the Florida branches. It's Terminix.
Wow.
They're international. They have a lot of disposable income to do stupid shit like that.
Well, Terminix sucks my left nut, so
Yeah, they do.
All right. So after a few minutes, you get a text message back asking why. Just why? Question mark.
I'm going to message her back. Do you really want to know, or do you want to be able to claim you had no clue what I was doing?
Your phone starts ringing.
She's
It's
like,
Imogen, your sire.
He's gonna pop on his little earpiece, and he's going again right next to the really pretentious jazz that's going on in the back. I have to imagine it's like really pretentious. One of those guys who listen to underground music. You probably haven't heard of it. He's as close as he can get to that, and he's going to answer, "Hey, Mom."
What's going on?
Nothing. I'm going through a bit of a time right now. A lot has gone on, and you know what? I decided I needed a night to myself. Fun fact, couldn't have come too soon. I might be bugged right now. I'm not 100% sure if I'm being followed or anything. It seems a bit inconclusive as it stands right now. Along with that, I am carrying out orders for a 300-year-old maniac who is also a child. I think I'm having some issues, and one of them I feel like I can be alleviated by speaking to somebody who maybe has, I don't know, maybe just one or two of their original marbles still in the bag.
In the background, you hear the whistle flute chime in with the ukulele.
Oh god, that's the worst. Why?
No. This isn't. This is jazz. This isn't
It's freeform jazz, my
ukulele
friend.
music. I didn't say freeform jazz.
Too
That's
bad.
true.
It is now.
God damn it! It is.
This is his cutscene. Leave this cutscene.
no. Yeah, however, you will hear the clarinet player going into his clarinet solo.
How would she respond? Let's see. There is someone I can introduce you to. His name is Evan Snavely. He is the clan whip.
The clan what?
Hold on. Now I have to see what the hell that even means.
Work in progress.
Also, you said
he's
Evan
the,
Snavely.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that Professor Wigglebottom's nephew?
I thought you said whip meant work in progress.
No, WHIP.
Oh, whip.
He
Whip.
is the servant to the primogen of the clan, the head of the clan in Houston.
How old is he?
That I couldn't tell you how old he actually is because I don't know, but he's far older than me. Possibly older than the prince, but ancient vampires don't tend to share their age.
Right. But you said he's been around for a while, and obviously, if he's somebody's under somebody's employ, that means he knows what they're like in the shadows, so to speak. Okay. What's the phone? What's the phone number?
How soon do you need to speak with him?
As soon as possible would be better, but not for the next. I've got 3 nights at least. I don't trust anything. Don't come near me. Don't come near my place.
I see. Well, I will arrange a meeting.
I appreciate it.
He doesn't operate well. He wouldn't just accept a phone call from a stranger. I suppose I should say. So, yeah, I'll set up the meet with him, and we'll speak then.
Perfect. In the meantime, if you give me any calls, just know you're gonna be able to hear this beautiful music in the background, and he's gonna.
Did you just call it Muzak?
Yeah, of course.
So, Jerry, while you're sitting there listening to this music, a man, what are you doing right now? Like, where are you in the club?
I'm just somewhere where I can where that's not obvious that I'm watching everybody, but somewhere where I can obviously just keep an eye on stuff and pretend to drink coffee, and also somewhere where I can eye up potential food sources.
All right. Actually, speaking of food sources, everyone needs to make a rouse check to see if they got hungrier this morning.
I completely forgot about that. I always forget about that. Fucking shit.
So Max does not get hungrier. Frank, you do get hungrier, and I suppose you would have. Would you have a full flask on you if you spent the night not at your clan or not at your house? If you're with Max,
If I only had 1 bubble, so I can only assume that I didn't get hungry.
Yeah.
Yesterday, so I probably would have my flask on me.
Okay, well then you can drink that if you choose. What is that? And what's everyone else's hunger at?
I'm at 2.
I'm at
Two.
2.
Okay, so nobody's super hungry. That's good. Jerry, you so a man. Are you at a table, a booth? Are you at the bar? Are you on the dance floor?
Uh, whoa. Okay, I made my way from a jazz club to just a club. I'm down. I'm about it.
All of those things can happen at a jazz club. Come on.
Okay, that's a good point.
Jerry's definitely in a booth.
Yeah, I'm probably in a booth somewhere where I can quietly sit and look like I'm trying to keep to myself while reading a book. I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna be one of those I'm at a club reading a book people.
Okay. Now
Yeah, and it's a jazz club too.
Gotta find this character
Yeah.
sheet real quick. Where is it? Why do I keep losing character sheets? I know I've got one for this character. Oh, there he is. So a man that you don't know, a man. He is kind of buff. He's wearing a black, like sweater top, tight-fitting shirt, and black jeans. He has blonde hair, a square jaw. You know, he looks like he could play Batman. Sits down across from you.
The fact that he's blonde.
Huh? Other than the
Other
fact
than-
that he's blonde, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds
Definitely of. Did I say what descent he is? I guess I didn't, but is it in his details? No. I believe he is of well, yeah, I don't know, Aryan descent. You know, he'd make a like, well, anyway.
So you're saying
we
he's
don't
got
wanna-
he's got a very he's kind of got a Norwegian thing going on then.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want to demonetize another episode, so let's
Correct.
steer clear of anything
That's-
to do.
Yeah, let's steer clear of that word in particular.
Well, you know, he certainly fought against a certain regime, so he's fine. Yeah, no. He sits down across from you, and while you don't recognize him immediately, he seems to recognize you, and he says, Jerry, it's time. Come with me. And you are compelled to stand and come with him. You don't get to roll against this.
Oh shit!
You don't feel alarmed, but also like it seems like him sitting down across from you has triggered a memory. You get a flash of a memory of you having a conversation with this guy, and you don't remember the specifics of the conversation, but you remember that there is a plan that requires you not to remember the details of the plan. And you know that you need to go with this guy.
God damn it! I've got these abilities now too. God damn it!
And
Okay.
the memory, at least in your memory, you don't feel like there was anything untoward. Like you feel like you were down with this plan. He takes you to a car. There's someone waiting in the car with you. There's someone else waiting in the car. It's a woman. She has dark hair. She's wearing a suit. She's got a briefcase. And you get in the car with her, and then y'all are in the back of the car, and a driver. There's a driver up front. It's not a limo, but it's like a one of those black cars, tinted windows. Like a mobster car. That sort of thing. And you guys drive off.
I'm about to get bumped off.
And then the scene shifts back over to Max and Cole and Cassidy and Olivia, who are all hanging out and looking for the missing Nosferatu, whose name they think might be Kevin.
Okay. I immediately shout, Cassidy, Olivia, where the fuck is Kevin?
Cassidy and Olivia both come looking, and they're like, "What? We just woke up. We don't. Where would he have gone?" And Olivia is like, "Well, he is a Nosferatu. Are we sure he's not just like standing over there?" And she points at an empty corner. And then
Well, if he is,
she pulls
I
out
look at
a receipt.
the empty
She
corner.
pulls a receipt out from her pocket and throws it at the corner, and it smacks into the wall, and doesn't like smack into somebody invisible.
Knowing Max, ooh, would Max frenzy? Because he's stressed about all this.
You could roll one if you can always choose to roll and see.
Yeah.
This will be a low difficulty though. We'll say just difficulty 1.
Okay. So modifier.
No modifiers.
Okay, I was wondering if that was a difficulty. Yeah. Okay, there's the difficulty. Okay. Yep. So I restrain my frenzy because Max is stressed out about this.
Yeah.
And I just go, God damn it! As I like kick something across the room, probably like a broom or something. I'm gonna insight plus wits, I guess, to if I was him, where would I have gone? Would that be the correct roll?
Yeah. I'll tell you that'll be a high difficulty because you know nothing about him.
Yeah.
That's one is not enough.
Okay.
You have no idea. You don't know this guy. Like maybe he went out looking for food. Maybe he decided. Maybe he backed out on like has just decided not to be with you guys. It's hard to say. You do know he was like with the Rat King, and he's been kind of hiding with the Rat King. But that's more or less like what you know about him.
Dead.
Olivia says, "Look, he is a Nos. There's a good chance that he is just off investigating something. I know that they're always out spying on things, and they kind of do their own thing. I don't think he's going to do anything to get us in trouble or turn us over to the prince or anything like that."
It's a damn good thing I haven't called the sheriff then.
Yeah, I do know that we need to introduce him to the prince, but I'm sure hopefully he'll be back. That does make things a little harder. I know, but yeah, Nosferatu, they're pretty independent. They kind of do what they want when they want because nobody can stop them because you never know where they are.
I guess I look over at Cole and I say, do you have anywhere to be?
I do not.
Okay. I mean, I my whole plan for this night was, turning him in and thinking about what my sire is going to be doing tomorrow. I swear to God, if he's not back in a few hours.
The trial is tonight.
Oh, it's tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I might have. If I have the dates wrong, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It's tonight.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you do expect that Mikhail will be around to pick you up.
Yeah.
Around 10 or so.
So I guess I'm gonna go outside and to see if I can like see his footprints or anything like that.
Why are we looking for this guy exactly?
You need to turn him into the prince.
Oh,
He's the last guy.
are there any security cameras or anything?
There are
In
some
this
security
warehouse
cameras
there would be.
outside, and you've already hacked into them once, so you can hack into them again, assuming that your powers don't, your curse doesn't stop you.
That'd
If you do
be
your
intelligence plus no.
technology plus intelligence.
Yeah. Let me go away. I don't know. Okay, I'm at. Ignore that. It wouldn't go away.
Oh, okay.
There.
3 successes is enough for technology to work
Nice.
for this
God
moment.
damn it.
All right, I pull up the security cameras.
Also, you also give me a investigation plus. What was your role, Hayden?
I went outside and I started
Yeah.
looking around, like footprints or something
Yeah.
like that.
With the computer, I'll let you do investigation plus intelligence.
Me or him?
You, while you're looking on the computer. He's looking for footprints. You're looking on the computer. And I just need to double check something in the powers.
Oh my god, that's cute.
Yeah, okay. So, yep, okay. You are looking through the computer footage of last night, and when you get to very early this morning, literally just before you guys wake up, like a couple minutes before you guys wake up, you see the camera that is aimed at the underground, the basement room where Hayden was in, where this guy was stored. You see him wake up. He goes to check the door. It's locked. He shoves the door hard, and it comes off its hinges. He is very casually walking upstairs. Frank, you've got obfuscate powers, right? You've got the invisibility powers, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
You do know your powers don't work on machines. They are a psychic-based power. He's walking as if he thinks no one will notice. He walks out the front door, past you guys who are, sleeping wherever you guys are sleeping, on couches or whatever, and heads out the front door. You see the camera footage. There are no footprints, Hayden, because it's a parking lot. You see the camera footage of him, like, basically head off. He pulls out his cell phone, and starts walking off down the street.
I call out to Max.
Max.
Max. I call out to Max. Hey, I got some video footage of him doing something stupid.
I guess
Whatever.
whenever someone comes outside to get me, I come inside, watch it, and I'm just like there seething, and I'm like, I don't have time for this kid's bullshit. And I say, I'm off to go see my sire. I don't give a shit anymore.
All right, so you head off.
And like
you don't
before
have a
I head out of
vehicle,
the
I don't think.
yeah before I head out of the door, I turn over to Cassidy and Olivia and I go, "Thank you guys for coming. It meant a lot." And then I just walk outside.
Yeah. So the vehicles that would be outside are Cassidy's truck, and Cole's car is probably there. But I don't think you have a vehicle.
I do not.
Yeah.
But I walk down the street.
Okay. Do you go left or right out of the parking lot?
Coin toss.
Which direction did what's his nuts go?
Well, you I'll tell you that after Hayden rolls.
Yep.
Heads was left, tails was right. I chose right.
Okay, you chose right.
Yes, I went right.
You went right. Okay. 1 is left, 2 is right. Okay. Well, you're not. Okay, so the guy went left. Cole, you know that, but Max is outside.
I
Max,
text.
I start
Cole,
walking.
you can
in
see
the-
the live footage of Max turning right.
I text Max. I'm like the
Yeah,
other
walking in
have
the
a
way.
general
phone.
direction. I'm walking in the general direction of where my sire. I think that's where my sire. Max would know where this complex is, where his
Yeah.
sire currently is.
Yeah.
So I'm walking in the general direction of that.
Okay, it's going to be a long walk.
That's fine. I'll figure something out.
Yeah. Yeah. Cole, you can't text Max because Max smashed his phone.
I do have a new phone.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you can text Max. Bill, if you want to jump in as Cassidy, since you've technically played her, you're welcome to while Jerry is indisposed.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember Cassidy.
She was the country girl whose brother was a werewolf.
And your fiance, well, not yet fiance. Did you say yes? We don't
He's
know,
dead.
but he got his throat ripped
Yeah,
out.
he said yes. You said yes to Frank.
Okay, and so he got his throat ripped out in front of your eyes, and then you guys killed a
This is
vampire together
Cassidy.
with your brother.
And you should be able to check her sheet and stuff. She is now a gangrel vampire. She is part of the. Well, she has kind of hooked up with the Resistance.
Hey, I think I don't think it sent me right. It basically just sent me a blank sheet.
Show to players. Well, it's the country girl that you played before.
I got you. Yeah, I can absolutely do that. That sounds good.
If you go into NPCs, the handouts, and go to NPCs and then vampires, she should show up for you because you're able to play her.
Yeah. Her name is Cassidy McAllister.
Yeah.
There she is. Okay, let me go. What is that thumbnail picture? What the fuck is going on with that dog?
That's not a dog.
There's something weird with her picture. If you want to actually see the actual picture, you need to right click and or here. Let me see. I can
Oh.
drop it into
Oh, I'm here. No, I'm here.
that.
Fuck.
I thought I could copy the image directly into the chat, but apparently not. I just copied my last copy paste.
What is that, a coyote?
Yeah, she killed a coyote. She was a hunter, you know. Yeah, she's
All right,
got
cool.
good firearms, a few other skills, and now she has vampire powers as well. Fortitude, which allows her to. She's got unswayable mind, and then eyes of the beast, feral claws, and shape change. She can shape change into a wolf.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, those are good ones. Oh, wow. Her powers are in protein.
Protean, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Clan Gangrel is my favorite one because they're the animalistic vampires.
see, this one looks cool.
Yeah, so
I need to read.
you gave her a country girl accent, but
Yeah, I got you. I can stick with that.
you're welcome to pop in. I mean, Jerry will be back, depending on how quickly we move to the trial. But
There's no rush. I've been waiting on this trial for a minute.
yeah. Okay, Cole. What do you text Max?
Hey, Max, other way. The Nosferatu do with that direction. And then I do like a little arrow thing behind him.
All right,
You
Max,
see,
you get that.
if am I still like within camera eyesight?
Probably not.
Okay.
Well, he smashed his phone, so he couldn't get that anyways.
No, he got a new phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I look at the text and I reply back. Okay. Like I said in the building, I don't care anymore. I'm gonna go see my sire.
2 thumbs up.
All right, so you go walking off down the street in the general direction of where your sire is being held. You do know that Mikhail is supposed to come pick you up before the trial, but
Yeah. If I okay, yeah. Since I know that, I just kind of like stop somewhere like that's still on the way to the building where
Yeah.
he knows I'm at, and I just like chill there in like a place where he would see me.
okay. Just for future reference, let's see how bad that goes.
Yes, let us just see how bad this goes.
Okay, not bad.
Could be worse.
He'll spot you when the time comes. I'm like, if he rolls nothing, he'll just drive right past you. Okay, so Frank or Cole. A little while later, there is a knock at the door to the warehouse. I guess if you are still watching the cameras after like 30 minutes, there's a knock. You see a vehicle pull in. It is a let's just see, random car. Oh my god! Well, of course it gives me nothing but sports cars. Random. You see a black Honda Civic pull in into the parking lot, and then a man gets out. He's got blonde hair, and he's kind of buff, and he's wearing a tight black sweater and black jeans, and has a square jaw and looks like he could play Batman if wasn't blonde. And he walks up to the door to the warehouse that you guys are in and gives it a couple loud knocks.
Should I know this person? Do I recognize him?
Olivia looks up. I don't think have seen him either. Yeah.
Is Cassidy currently with them?
Yes, you are with.
You know what, Jerry? Let me roll something real quick. As Jerry, just real quick for you. Let's see. Just give me a regular roll. So Jerry, as you are sitting in the car, you're driving with this other person who hasn't said much, but you do recall. You think about that guy, and you do vaguely recall him. You think maybe he showed up at your place one time asking about Max. That combined with the weird memory that you have, you're pretty sure whatever this is had something to do with Max. Anyway, Cole, however, would have no memory of this man because he never saw him. But
I turn to the people that are in there, and I'm like, "Hey, do y'all know this guy?"
Nah, I don't recognize him.
Yeah, Cassidy definitely doesn't know him. I'll roll something to see if Olivia would randomly have seen him.
Looks like kind of a douche.
Here, this is what he looks like.
I thought he would have seen me.
Not yet. He pulled in from a different direction. I
Yeah,
know
he
where
looks like kind of a douche.
So this place is an actual place in real life, and so I know which direction you're going and which direction he would have come from. And he would not have come from the direction that you are going at the moment.
Ah,
But
All
let me
right.
see. Where is Olivia's sheet? There she is.
Anyway, he
I need
looks
to
like
organize my NPCs a little better.
he looks like kind of a douche. Should we kill him?
Olivia looks at him, does not recognize him. Is that a crit fail? No, I think it's just a miss fail. It would have told me if it was a crit fail. I think. It's a 1 on the hunger dice. What are crit fail? That might be a bestial... Messy critical bestial failure. Let me check what that is. Bestial failure... That tells me what they are, but it doesn't tell me what triggers them. Rules. Hunger dice, bestial failure. If you fail your roll and at least one hunger dice shows a 1, the hunger interferes with your action and the beast manifests. You cause some kind of problem for you and probably the party, just like with a messy critical, while also failing spectacularly. Yeah, Olivia looks at the camera, her eyes widen, and she says, oh no, I know that man. He's with the Inquisition.
my God.
Cassidy, you know what the Inquisition is because it also hunts werewolves. And
So yeah, we do kill him then.
Oh crap.
Son of a bitch. Can my character randomly just like start walking back because it's like getting a little iffy on the time?
Give me a D10.
By the way, as soon as she said that, her fingernails grew into long ass claws.
You got to put the slash before the R and put a space
Yeah.
after the R. Is it going? Did it go? It's doing something. There it is. Oh, that's below a 5. You are still hanging out at the moment. Yeah, so Cassidy, your claws pop out. Cole, you don't know this guy, so you've got no frame of reference to know otherwise. As far as you know, Olivia's trustworthy, and she says he's Inquisition. What do you think? What do you do?
We think he's Inquisition?
Y'all think he's... Olivia says he's Inquisition. Her eyes widen and she said, oh shit, that guy's part of the Inquisition.
Well, I'm not a very physical person.
Yeah.
I can craft something. Oh, I've got 2 in firearms. Is there any firearms nearby?
I don't think you've ever mentioned owning a gun, or at least never carrying one with you.
This is true.
Cassidy
Cole
has
might
one.
just go invisible in this situation.
Yeah, he's probably right.
Cassidy has one, and she's about to fucking. She's about to go ham.
Yeah, Olivia draws her knife.
I do all of the free powers I have. The Shadow Cloak, Oblivion Sight, and,
You go invisible.
Lethal
Yeah.
Body, and Cloak of Shadows, and Unseen Passage.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Unseen Passage, I need 1 rouse check.
But Bill, you would not have your shotgun. Well, you probably would have brought it inside, to be
I
honest.
also, I'm not saying my shotgun. I honestly thought she'd probably have a pistol on her.
You definitely have a pistol. Your shotgun's probably on the gun rack in the back in the truck cab.
Oh God, of course it is.
What's up with this humanity check? Frank?
That
Was
was
that
supposed to be
an accident?
arouse. Was that not arouse?
Yeah, you clicked the wrong button. You roused.
What think's happening?
What are you doing? It's rousing over and over. You got a rousing
Oh.
success,
Okay,
which means you do not get hungrier.
gotcha. All right, yeah, I just straight go invis and I hide in a corner of shadow.
Okay.
Cassidy
I wasn't
is going to
expecting
turn
this.
to. Cassidy is going to. Oh shit, that's right, because Max isn't in the room with us, is he?
Yeah, he left.
Oh fuck! Which way did he go?
He's outside and went down the street. To get outside, you've got to go through this one door.
Oh fuck!
You can always text me.
Cassidy's gonna text you real fast. Just swipe texting all over the place. Like
Okay.
she's retracted her thumb claw. Send you that the Inquisition is here now. Send,
Right?
and then she's gonna
That's
put.
okay. Yeah, that's what she sends.
I go when I get the text. I'm only like a
You're not
minute
far.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
I look at the text. The Inquisition is here. Son of a bitch. And so that's when I. Max would go back, but like he wouldn't like be super obvious about it. But he is going to start walking back towards the like speed walking back towards
Trying to look
the
nonchalant.
building. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, what clothes am I wearing? Am I wearing my normal clothes?
I wouldn't see why you would be wearing anything else.
Yeah.
Well, no, you are wearing. No, yeah, never mind. It's not the night of. It's not the same night. So yeah, you probably changed out of whatever Super Bowl attire you were wearing. But
Yeah.
Cassidy.
Right, I'm back in business casual, and I see that, and I guess I start a light jog back.
From walking, just power walking to a light jog.
yeah, the door knocks. The figure knocks on the door again.
All right, Olivia.
And I text on my
I'm gonna
way.
get open the door when I tell you to. She's gonna get right up next to the door.
Okay.
Just out of view. She's going to go ahead and signal Olivia to open the door, and she's going to take aim right at where his head is going to be for
Okay.
when he walks in.
All right. So, Max, give me another D10. Just I'm seeing what your generally how quickly you get there. All right. You get there just before the door opens.
And I go, Mikhail! Because I see him. I know
And
that
he
guy's back there.
Okay, so he turns to face you and says, Max, and the door opens.
Does he step in?
No, because he's now got his back to you.
Oh.
Olivia has opened the door. He's turned around to look at Max.
Oh, Max, you got here just in time. And
Well,
did we hear?
you can make
Did
your
we
attack
hear him?
roll. Give me a wits plus awareness plus wits, and I'll roll that for Olivia.
You said wits plus what?
Awareness plus wits.
Awareness plus wits. Okay.
That's one success is not enough for Olivia.
Awareness. Wits. Submit, dude. Oh no.
No, you're fine. That's only a crit fail if you get a 1 on hunger and no successes. You got 1 success, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Now Mikhail's gonna roll the same thing, to see if he hears the door now opening behind him, because this is all happening in tandem together. All right, he had turned and said Max, and then he hears the door. Okay, so he hears the door. What are you doing, Bill? He's starting to turn back towards the door, like just kind of casually glancing back towards you.
Oh, I'm out of view of the door. Basically, I was taking aim so that the minute he stepped in.
Ah, okay.
But if he's not stepping in, and if Max has already called and acknowledged him.
Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, he glances back, sees nobody in the door. That's a little weird, but no problem. And takes us, starts walking towards Max, and he's like, Max, I know that I'm early. I was actually here to speak to one of your associates, Cole.
What do you want
before
with
the
Cole?
trial. I'd like to bring him along with us tonight, if he's willing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, if you think it's for the best.
And at this point, Olivia and Cassidy are like blinking at each other, like, "Wait, what?" And Olivia steps out and she says, "Max, look out! That guy's part of the Inquisition."
So I rolled the same thing, but I was gonna say, like, did I notice anything strange going on about like the whole like situation of what just was about to happen?
Oh, okay. I think. Well,
I don't know if that makes any sense.
So here's the thing: you could spend a willpower to reroll. Nope, you can't reroll hunger dice. Never mind. That was all hunger 2. You're at hunger 3. I thought you were at 2.
I rolled earlier to modify an earlier roll.
Okay. So yeah, all of those are hunger dice. There's 2 options. I think you're probably still. I think with this, you're just still on high alert. You don't realize that who they were talking about was Mikhail. You think the Inquisition is still here somewhere.
Damn it. Okay. And I look at Olivia and I go, where?
He's right there. And she points at Mikhail.
And I go, that's Mikhail, my grandsire.
Now,
what the hell are you talking about?
She blinks in confusion and says, You're what? And she looks at him closer. Let me see if she's got... Does she have any all-specs just to, like, see that he's a vampire? She's got heightened senses. She looks at him closer, and then, like, you see, like, a... One second. Her face starts... She starts to blush. And she's like, oh my god, this guy's got no pulse. He's one of us. Sorry guys, false alarm.
How dare she take off a semester?
Oh, wherever you are, you can come out of hiding. He's another vampire. It's fine. I was wrong. Maybe I should have used this power earlier.
Cassidy is absolutely looking at her like, really, bitch? Really, bitch?
Sorry. I thought he looks a lot like someone I've seen before who's in the Inquisition. And I don't always have this power activated. Do you know what it's like to be able to hear everything for a mile around you? Oh, God. She like blinks for a second. She's like, that's better. Ugh. Trust me, you do not want to hear what's going on over there. And she points at a house nearby. Ugh.
What, do they sound ugly or something?
Let's just say they seem to be, well, he seems to be enjoying himself right now. And he's by himself.
Her husband was dying. Like, what?
Which direction?
She just points at a house nearby.
Cassidy runs over to it. When she gets outside, she's going to shout at it, "We all know what you're doing in there!" And then she runs. All right, I'm ready to go now.
I look at her and say, go where?
Well,
Mikhail turns to Cassidy. Oh, no, I just was needing Cole for the night. Well, and Max. I actually have no idea who you are. And he looks at Olivia and he's like, I've seen you at Elysium before, I believe.
Oh, I guess I'm the ugly stepchild tonight. I see what's going on.
To be fair, you've only met other vampires for the first time, last night or whatever. So,
Yeah.
Oh, Gale.
Olivia says, "Well, I guess we can just. Well, I guess we're missing. I guess we can go and see if we can find Kevin." And she's like, "Come on, Cassidy." And Cassidy and Olivia go on their own solo adventure in search of the missing Nosferatu. And then Mikhail and Mikhail turns. Cole, do you reappear?
Sure, why not?
Mikhail, yeah. So Mikhail, upon seeing you, turns to you and says,
This caught fire.
"Forgive me for whatever this was. My name is Mikhail Kuhler. I am Tiv's sire, as Max here puts it. I am his grandsire. I was wondering if you would be willing to come to the trial of his sire with us. You might prove valuable as a character witness for Max here."
Yeah, I guess. Sure, why not?
Understand, Max himself is not on trial, but being able to prove that choosing Max as a member, choosing to turn Max was not a bad decision on Tiv's part. The more support we get for him, the better.
Gotcha. All right, I'm in. Let's go.
All right, well, let's hop in.
So he drives his own car, and I get in the car with Mikhail.
Okay. So Cole drives his own car? Or will...
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys head into Houston. You are... I forget exactly where I decided this was, but it's it's somewhere closer into Houston proper, and it's like this this gym / karate dojo thing, and he leads you inside. It's closed.
On the way there.
Yeah.
On the way there, like when we get in the car and like when we turn on the parking lot, I look at Mikhail and I say, "Mikhail, can I tell you a secret? Like a big secret."
Your secret's safe with me.
I met someone called the Rat King.
He raises an eyebrow and he says, "Did you know?"
I did, and he wants me to team up with him against the prince.
Mikhail, frown would be the wrong word. His mouth his expression sort of goes expressionless for a second, and he says, "You're free to do as you wish, but be warned, turning against the Camarilla will be no easy task."
I know this. It's like the government's a necessary evil. To be honest, I don't know how the Rat King would keep anything in check and order or anything. It'd be disorganized chaos.
The Rat King is an old kindred. He has been a prince before. Perhaps he was a prince before the Camarilla was as much of a force as it is in the world. Before it was... He was more of a prince in the literal term than the term we use now.
Ah, he's old.
He ruled an area. I didn't personally know him back then. I don't think I was that old. How old is Mikhail? I never put it down.
He was a Viking.
Yeah, I didn't know him back then. I was in a different part of the world, and travel around the world was much more difficult. But from what I understood, he was not an unjust prince. But what would he be a better option than our current prince? That I could not say. I stay out of politics. for the most part, and try to operate within the bounds of whatever laws of whatever society I'm existing within.
And that's the thing is, I don't want to be caught up in a civil war. And the Rat King says I'm free to leave after the Rat King gave us the new blood, the one that was turned with us, and that guy disappeared on us this morning. He walked off. The direction we're actually driving right now. But yeah, I don't. If I'm being honest, after this trial, depending on how it goes, I might just adios.
Again, that's your choice. You could always go to another city with a different prince, or find one of the anarch cities out west. There's plenty of options out there. You could take up residence in a small town with... Most cities and towns technically have a prince over them. However, the further out you are from the larger cities, the further away you are from whoever's in charge and their grasp, their sphere of influence.
Somewhere there's a trailer park with a vampire prince living in it. This is my kingdom.
Somewhere it has to be done.
He's the Burger King.
For those of y'all who don't remember, the Burger King used to sneak around and sneak up on you and give you burgers.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but damn, the Burger King was a creeper.
Yeah, the most
Wasn't that the Hamburglar?
out there.
No, you don't remember those?
No, the Hamburglar stole your burger.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually made a whole ass video game where you could be the king and sneak up on people and give them burgers.
Wow, I need to play that video game.
It was a PS2 launch.
Wow. But yeah, he kind of says, you can, your life is your own. You can go your own way, whatever you choose. Currently, I operate here in the city, and I follow the rules of the Camarilla. I would not join in any fights I personally have no interest in joining a civil war on either side. In fact, if it spills over to that level of violence, I'll likely just leave.
Yeah.
I should see if he's any hungrier today. He is. Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole conversation I would have had with him.
All right, so you guys arrive at this gym/dojo place, and Mikhail takes y'all into a back room. He doesn't he does take you down to the cells area where Tiv was being held. She's not there. He takes you to the end of that hallway through a door, and you guys enter this.
Why are you looking at the bed?
Considering you guys are like, I guess technically in a basement, but you're only one floor below the ground. When you enter this room, you're in this large domed. Would cathedral be the right word? I don't know, but it's got it's a large domed room that's bigger than it should be based on where it is. Considering you're only one floor underground, supposedly. And the ceiling has like it's a let's just call it a vampiric version of the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. But a darker version. I don't know. And then in the room itself, there are a bunch of benches. There's a couple of those little booths where the or what do you call it? The booth that like a lawyer would stand behind while speaking to the judge type
Podium?
of thing. Podium. And then there's the judges little raised up area where a judge would sit, and a little
The
booth
bench.
next to him for the witness to be speaking and things like that. You're in a courtroom, just a fancy one that is bigger than it should be capable of being, considering you're only like one floor below ground. And Cole and Max and Mikhail, the three of you enter, and Mikhail kind of like guides you all over to seating in the audience area, I guess is what it would be called.
I don't see Tiv yet.
Tiv is not visible at the moment. The judge isn't even there. There is a and Jerry's there. He's sitting in the audience as well, and Mikhail takes you guys over. Jerry, here's what happened with you. So you and this person ride to this Jim Jojo place I just described. She takes you in here. Along the way, she does talk to you a little bit and says, "Okay, so I'm taking you to the trial of Tiv LeFou. That is your friend Max's sire. Has he told you anything about her or this trial that's to come?"
A little bit.
No, Jerry.
Oh,
Yeah, he's mentioned what's going on.
Yeah, so we're bringing you here. You may be called on to speak as a character witness for Max, Max himself, and you're free to leave. If you don't want to participate in this, Jerry. You feel like you're not like you feel inside that you are compelled not to leave. That you, while she says you're free to leave, on the inside you feel that you're not free to leave. Also, you feel fine with that. You don't know if that's also part of the compulsion. It's interesting because you're being compelled, but also that you seem fine with this compulsion, but you don't remember why. And she kind of just like tells you, you'll be called on. When the judge enters the room, it's a lot like a human court. All rise, all that good stuff. Try to keep chatter to a minimum. You don't want to get thrown out of the court for contempt of court because you were too busy gossiping in the audience. The main difference is these are vampires, and the judge may any vampire could just lose their shit at the moment, so don't annoy anyone too much. Furthermore, this is not Elysium, so powers or disciplines will be in use. There will be people who are looking at auras to make sure nobody in the audience is using powers. So in the audience, you're not allowed to use powers. People still try sometimes, but just be warned. People will be looking out for that. And furthermore, but disciplines will be used during the trial itself to ensure honesty and things of that nature. Yeah, that's all. Now, you're not going to remember this conversation with me. You're just going to remember that I was here, or you're just going to remember that some woman dropped you off, and then you're not going to remember that woman was me. And then she walks in, takes you to your seat. She goes up to the prosecutor's stand. You sit down and forget that you ever met her.
Well, damn.
Yeah. And then a few minutes, like a little while later, Mikhail, Cole, and Max walk in, and Mikhail guides them over to sit next to you. And of course, you don't know. You recognize Mikhail as the man who, picked you up from the jazz club. Okay, so the three of you are now together, sitting in the audience. Court has not started, though. Tiv and the judge are nowhere to be seen.
Hey, so I'm sorry.
I look at Jerry and I go, wait, I see Jerry?
Yeah.
I go, Jerry, what the fuck?
Hey, the blonde guy over there came and got me a little bit ago. I've been trying to lay low in case I'm being followed.
What do you mean he came and got you?
I was at that some shitty douchey jazz place, eyeing up maybe a little snack, but all of a sudden this
How do
blonde
you
dude shows up, and I don't know
how do
what's
you know
going.
Mikhail?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know because it's like as soon as I saw him, I felt like I needed to follow him, and now that I'm here, I don't remember getting here. All I know is that
Mikhail's
I
still
saw
here?
him.
Mikhail has moved up to take a place at the defense stand.
I probably shouldn't talk to him then.
So what,
But I look at Mikhail and I point to Jerry. I'm like, what?
Mikhail says nothing. He ignores you.
Oh, of course.
you
Right,
don't need to
so
know, kid.
Yeah, so I guess I just sit there.
Yeah. So a vampire walks in.
So if they call
He
me, if they call me up here, what am I supposed to say?
yeah,
Shit.
a vampire walks in and he says, "All rise for the
I
honorable
rise.
judge." Let me see what the hell his name was. Honorable Judge Hassan, and a man walks into the room. Here's what he looks like. Yes, show to everyone. Did you guys
Oh
get that?
God,
He's
yes.
got a super long beard, gray beard. He's got graying hair. He's wearing a sort of a judge's robe. It's more of a black cloak with something red underneath. And he walks in, stroking his beard and looking out over the audience, and then goes and takes a seat on the whatever you call the judge's chair. And he
Oh,
says,
the podium. Sorry, not the
"Yeah, the
podium. The
podium,
bench. The bench.
the bench. Is that what it's called? Okay,
Yeah, they
yeah,
always
the
say
bench.
approach the bench.
That's true. Yeah." And he says, "Good evening, everybody. We are here to discuss." Oh wait, he doesn't say that. Tiv is then guided in. The guy, the vampire who said the all rise, he walks back out again, and then he comes back in with Tiv. She's not handcuffed or anything like that. She walks over with him and has a seat next to Mikhail. And then the judge says, I guess technically Tiv should have come in first, but whatever. It's a vampire court. And then the judge says, all right, we're here to discuss the fate of Tiv LeFou, who is charged of crimes against the Masquerade and against her clan.
LeFou.
Hey, that is apparently an actual last name of some country. The country of
Louisiana.
Indonesia on the island of Sumatra. We're here to discuss the fate of the vampire, the kindred Tiv LeFou. She is charged with crimes against the Masquerade and against her clan. Who will speak for Tiv? And then Mikhail stands and says, I am her sire, and I'll be speaking for her tonight. And then, he says, and the prosecution, and a woman rises. She has dark hair. She's wearing a suit. And looks like this person. And she's got a briefcase. And she says, I'll be representing the clan in this. And he's like, very, very good, very good. All right, let's get this thing started. I'm a bit, I'm a bit peckish tonight. So let's try and be quick about this. Tiv LeFou, you are accused with crimes against the Masquerade. How do you plead? And Tiv stands and says, guilty.
Wait,
And, the crowd murmurs a little bit. And even Mikhail looks at her kind of shocked. And says, I see. And crimes against the clan, how do you plead? And she says, not guilty. Says, very well, very well. Well, we'll begin with your crimes against the masquerade in that case. Prosecution. And the prosecutor stands forward and says, Tiv, during the course of her life here in Houston, has committed several breaches against the masquerade. Most recently, with her child and another kindred not present. Two other kindreds not present here. They were not available tonight. One by the name of Wesley Isaac, and the other by the name of, let me remember what his, David Murata, both of Clan Bruja, assaulted men in an alleyway in full view of CCTV, assaulted them, fed from them, and neither killed nor wiped their memories. The judge says, he looks over at Tiv and he says, and this is true? And Tiv, she nods her head and says, not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you, I don't know. Not very clean of you, Tiv. And she says, yes, I know I got a little bit carried away, but I was with the a couple of Bruja as well. And the judge chuckles and says, yes, I know how those rabble rousers can be. I'm sure they influenced you. Well, very well then. Other crimes. And the prosecutor goes through a list of various minor masquerade breaches that the judge doesn't seem to care all that much about. And Tiv admits to them all. So she's not really defending herself at all at this. And Mikhail's just like looking at her like, seriously? What the hell? Why aren't you like saying anything in your defense? But then he that they move on. And he says, all right, with the matters of the masquerade taken care of, I will sentence you to 1 year of service in as one of. What's annoying about this clan is it also has an inquisitors. So the clan has inquisitors, but the Inquisition is something else. 1 year with the inquisitors, and Tiv nods. Now on to the more serious crimes. Crimes against the clan itself. Tiv LeFou, the procedures around embracing a new kindred. And those procedures, you are accused of not following those procedures. Tiv, stands up and, or Mikhail stands up at that point and says, Your Honor, she was acting under order of the prince. And he looks at Tiv and he says, "Is that true?" And she says, "Yes, it's true. The prince did order me to embrace Maxwell Cox." And he says, "And yet you is the prince a member of?" Or no, I guess the prosecutor is the one saying all of this. She says, "Is the prince the member of the clan Banu Hakim?" And Tiv says, "No." "Is he a member? Is the prince your sire?" She says, "No." "Is the prince your elder?" She says, "Yes." And then she turns and says, "No further questions on this, this." And the judge says, I understand why someone would be show such cowardice as to turn someone at the orders of Prince. What the hell is the prince's name? Prince Augustus. That being said, you know that we have certain ways of doing here, and you chose not to come to the clan. What do you have to say for yourself? And Mikhail interrupts and says, "Before you judge her on her words, perhaps we should hear about the child that she created." And the judge mutters for a moment, and then he says, "Very well, bring up your witnesses." And he calls up, Mikhail says, "I call Coldstone to the stand."
Oh shit, that's me.
Yep.
I stand up. Hi, I'm Coldstone. Not to be confused with Coldstone Creameries.
Cole, would you mind taking a seat up here? And he points at the witness bench thing, chair, whatever.
Yeah. I. Is there an easy way down to the thing?
Yes, you just walk.
I do that.
All right. As you sit in the chair, please make me a roll willpower. So click the button that says willpower, not willpower reroll.
Is the prosecutor the one talking to you right now?
Mikhail called you to the stand.
Okay. You said willpower plus what?
Just willpower.
Just willpower. All right.
Two successes. All right. You are able to lie if
Awesome.
you feel the need.
Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah. So Mikhail walks up to you and says, Coldstone, not to be confused with the creamery. Why is that note on here? Coldstone. Do you know Maxwell Cox?
I do.
Can you point
Kind
to
of.
him in this courtroom?
Yes.
Will you do that for me?
Right now?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I point.
All right. Do you point at Max?
Yes.
All right. He says, in your opinion,
Am I wearing my glasses?
that's up to you.
I'm totally wearing
Why
my
would
glasses.
you not be wearing glasses?
Well, because when you become a vampire, you're cured of all ailments, but I still have my glasses that I keep on me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they still
I point.
prescription and screwing up your vision?
Yes, exactly. So I point in the vague direction of Maxwell.
Yeah. And he says, during your time with Max, would you? What is your general opinion of him?
He's a pretty solid vampire. He's got some interesting quirks, but overall he's a pretty stand up individual. And if I would be so bold to say a future pillar of the community.
Did you know him during your mortal life?
I
don't think you actually
like
No.
in
Actually, I
vague
don't think either
passing
of
for
y'all
like
did.
one
Yeah,
day.
Yeah.
I might have been introduced to him.
It's a good thing
but-
Wesley Isaac's not here, because he would have something to say about your mortal life. But
Yeah.
But yeah, I might have had like a vague, like in passing type of like I seen him, but not any particular interactions.
right. He because I am not skilled at asking such questions, he asks you a few questions, various character questions about Max, and then
Yes, no Thursdays.
No further questions. Now the prosecutor steps up. Her name, by the way, is I don't remember if I ever said it. Her name is Camille Markov.
You are gorgeous. If I didn't have a girlfriend, I would totally ask you that.
God.
Are you lying? No.
Did you see her picture?
Yeah, no, I'm just joking because you can't lie, or you
Right,
can
right,
lie.
Yeah.
She says, she looks you up and down and says, she says, "Thanks. So you've known Max pretty much since you returned, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Has Max ever killed anybody to your knowledge?
Um,
This is
not to my knowledge, no.
not to your knowledge. Are you sure about that?
Well,
Or
okay. So let me ask a question out of character. Do I actually have any knowledge of him? Because I can't think of any time.
You've covered up Max's murder.
Oh, that's
of
right.
a serial
That's
killer.
right. That's right. No, my okay. Back into character.
if you look at Max, I guess just nods his head.
I say yes.
Pretty bad.
Now that I think about it, there was one time that I do know, or I do have some knowledge of a feeding that he committed.
Do you know why he killed this man or woman?
I did explain this to you.
Yeah, you know that
Yes.
this dude was a serial killer, killing women and stuff.
Okay, yes.
She says,
Oh, it was that
And-
dude. Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
My brain's
she,
full to back
and
up
then
now.
she says, and did you help him cover it up?
I 100% did.
No further questions, Your Honor. And she like steps back and she says, or she says, no further questions, and then turns to the judge and says, as you can see, Max killed a man and did not cover it up himself, and needed this La Sombra to cover it up for him. And then she sits down. The audience kind of murmurs, and then she and Cole, you are invited to leave the stand.
As she said that and walked away, I kind of raised my hand and I would go, he did 90% of it. I just helped
Objection!
cover the bases.
No,
Objection!
but the judge says the witness has been released from the stand and will not speak any further. Please step down.
Man, kind of touchy, but okay. Yeah, I get down.
Yeah. And then McHale says he invites. I'd like to call my next witness, Jeremiah Wilson.
Okay, Jerry stands up and starts walking up to the bench.
All right. So you get to the bench. Go ahead and make a willpower roll.
All right. Just straight willpower.
Yeah.
Got it. Here we go. So,
All right, perfect. You can also lie. McHale calls you up to the stand. He asks you some similar questions to what he asked Cole, about general character stuff, and things like that. And then it's the prosecution's turn. And she steps up and looks at her, some papers, and then says, Jeremiah, is it okay if I call you Jerry?
I'd prefer it.
All right, Jerry. Is it true that in the months prior to the two of you being turned into kindred, being embraced, that Max here was seeing you for therapy? So, just real quick, out of character, just to remind y'all, it's not true, but you can lie. You did fake that you had been doing that. That you had been seeing him for several weeks, or months, or whatever.
Yeah. I'm going to kind of subtly look over towards Max.
What was the question again?
He was asking
What?
if it was true that you had been seeing me for professionally. for therapy.
I look at you and I
Because remember,
shake my head
we
no.
faked that shit. We faked that shit to fake your death.
All right.
I guess I would shake my head no.
All right. So Jerry, as you start to say no, you one of your suppressed memories triggers,
God
and
damn it!
you
I knew it.
remember your conversation with Mikhail, and he's saying, uh, and actually you also remember this woman who's standing in front of you. She was both of you were talking, and she says, "All right, look, this trial is rigged, and the there are members in the clan who want to get rid of Tiv. I don't know why, but the trial is rigged. So what we're gonna do is try and make uh, Max look like the ideal candidate for the clan. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to need to say yes, whether they're true or not. It will seem like you're helping me, but in actuality, when we call Max to the stand, it's going to turn out that you were actually helping him. And then that's the flash of memory you have.
So then, at that point, Jerry's like, "Yes, that is true."
And what were you discussing with him?
That does fall under patient, but I can say it was in regards to family issues.
I see. So he had a family.
He did. That's why he was seeing me before we were turned. We were introduced from our former place of work. He'd been seeing me. I was helping him through some problems he was having.
Okay, so she flips over to a paper, and she says, "Your Honor, this witness is lying. He never saw Maxwell Cox for his family or for any other professional means. The 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 uh, the records here of Max visiting this so-called therapist are falsified. They were trying to cover up his suicide, or well, faking his death." And the court murmurs again. And the judge says, "Quiet, everybody, quiet." And she gives you a smug look, you know, and a smug look, and then a subtle wink, and then turn and says, "No further questions," and sits down. Um, and then the next person called to the stand is Maxwell Cox himself.
Oh God! All right, I get up and I sit in the chair.
Just get up in that chair.
Um, Mikhail is the first one to question you, and he says, "Max, what do you remember about the night that you were embraced?"
We were going to a launch party for the new app, that company I was working at, along with all the other is it children's, or how do you pronounce it out of game? Children's?
Childer, I guess.
Childers?
Yeah.
Okay. Where all the other childers got turned. I did see Tiv that night. We talked briefly. Is there something specific you would like to know?
You were at this for a work-related event. What did you do at your job?
I was HR.
HR, so human resources. So you helped people resolve their problems. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Um, and then he says, and you have an ex-wife and a child, correct?
I do.
Now, unfortunately, your friend over there, Jerry, I'm sure he was trying to be helpful when he lied about and he doesn't say at all. He's very confident
Yeah.
and all of that. Whereas I'm making this up as I go. He says, "I'm sure he was trying to be helpful in lying to you, but what was the reason for wanting to fake your death?"
To leave my past behind and not have my ex-wife and child worry about me and try to have, because I was paying child support, and if I was still alive and not paying child support, Harris County would come looking for me, and I would be in lots of legal trouble. So I decided that was the best way to disappear.
And so he turns to the judge and says, "Max here was trying to erase his ties to his mortal life, and furthermore was motivated by a desire to protect his ex-wife and his child from the hardships that would come in suddenly discovering that he was still alive if he had been arrested for such things. While there was perhaps some selfish motivation, he was also doing this to protect an innocent." And the crowd, the courtroom murmurs when he says that part. Then he turns and says, "How did you feel about your sire after getting to know her?"
I look at Tiv. I look her in the eyes. Is there any eye communication going on?
Not really. She's just she's not trying to communicate anything specific, I would say. She
No, yeah.
appears worried, but
I look at her and I give a genuine smile and I say, I'm becoming to love Tiv.
So you hold no ill will towards her.
No. In a way, she did me a favor.
No further questions, Your Honor. Then the prosecution comes up and says, "That's great and all. You love your sire. But you killed a man. Why'd you do it?"
He was a rapist and serial killer.
And the crowd murmurs. She, if you want, you can do a insight plus wits check, but she gives a kind of a look of surprise at those words.
Insight plus wits?
Yeah.
Any modifiers?
No, there wouldn't be any modifiers for this. Yeah. Let's see. She is appearing surprised, is not surprised by what you've said. And
so I know she already knew that?
Yeah, she already knew that. And she says, "I see. Well, and you failed to cover it up yourself. Why weren't you able to cover that up?"
I don't believe it was because of my inability, but is because I knew Cole has specialities in this, and rather than potentially messing it up on my end, I turned to someone who was previously knew how to do all these things.
Even louder murmurings from the crowd, and she stammers a bit and then says, "No further questions, Your Honor." And the judge, he seems thoughtful for a moment and says, "Very well. Are there any further witnesses?" And did I already call up Tiv?
No.
Okay.
Well, you did in the very beginning, but not until then.
Yeah. The judge says, "I will retire to my chambers to look over this information." And everyone kind of people start dispersing. Tiv stays where she's seated, but she kind of turns back and she's chatting with Mikhail. But some people, like a couple people, go and chat with the other lawyer, showing that it's probably possible if you all want to go and talk to Mikhail and Tiv, that would be fine.
Yeah, I would get up and go over to Tiv.
And she says, thanks, Max. You were great up there.
I look at her and I
go ahead.
I go in for a hug, I guess.
Yeah, she'll return the hug.
And I turn away and I'm like, so is there a verdict besides just 1 year of investigations?
Well, I mean, I was already an Inquisitor, so it's no big deal. It's just another year. What's another year? But yeah, the real problem is if they decide whether or not it was right for me to embrace you. She glances over at the other lawyer, and she's like, I don't know what was going on with there, but honestly, all of her questions seem to backfire on her and help me out. Like, it's weird. It's like I know I know of Camille, and I thought she was a better lawyer than that, but whatever. I'm not going to complain if things are going my way. And Mikhail says nothing. Jerry, you feel the urge to leave.
Am I feeling compelled to leave?
Yes, you're feeling compelled to leave and feel like you should head out to the cells area and find a spot to hide.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tell Cole that I'm gonna step outside for a little bit.
And then,
Bye.
So you do that, and you probably don't have the skills for it, but go ahead and give me a stealth plus normally stealth would be stealth plus dexterity, but really you're trying to find a good hiding spot. So you can do stealth plus wits or intelligence. Or dexterity if that's better for you. If you have no points in stealth, then just roll one of those 3 main stats.
Yeah, 4 successes. I did
right.
Stealth plus wits.
So you go into the the cell area, and you find a pretty good spot to hunker down out of sight, but you have a good eye on the door and the cells and everything like that. And you hide back in there. Meanwhile, back in the courtroom, the judge comes back in, and let me do a roll. You know what? I'll do it a secret roll. Okay. The judge goes in. He walks up to his bench, and there's the whole all rise thing, everybody be seated thing. And he says, "I've already ruled on the sentence for breaking the masquerade. Tiv LeFou will serve 1 additional year as Inquisitor. In the case of Maxwell Cox, of embracing Maxwell Cox, I rule that Tiv was wrong to embrace Max without permission of the clan. However, Max himself seems to be an ideal member of the clan. He protects the innocent. He eliminates those who are the most deserving. If he cannot cover something up himself, he finds someone better suited to assist him in the matter. Max is an ideal member of the clan. Tiv, you, as punishment for embracing Max without without following the proper procedures, I will sentence you to 1 year of torpor to be carried out after completion of your duties as Inquisitor. And then he smacks down the gavel, gets up, and leaves. And the crowd, murmurs. Some of them walk over to Tiv and congratulate her and stuff. Some of them walk out. Give me an Cole. You can do this too, if you want. Awareness plus wits. And Jerry
Okay.
also roll that, but with a +3. So +3 modifier.
Okay, so awareness plus awareness plus wits +3.
Yes. And I need to roll some secrety stuff. That didn't work for some reason.
Damn, I got a critical.
Damn, Jerry. Okay. Luckily, they did not roll they didn't roll great, so all three of you are able to see this. So first, Max and Cole, you guys notice a couple of people kind of, they're not being stealthy per se, but they are trying to leave the courtroom nonchalantly unnoticed. But it's obvious enough that you guys picked up on it. Jerry, you spot 3 people leaving the courtroom. They make their ways down the hall, and then they disappear into one of the cells.
Is it near the one I'm in?
It's not near enough to you to be a problem. They are across from an empty cell. Obviously, their cell was empty as well. I guess there's nobody else down here, so they're all empty cells, to be fair. So right now, it is across from a cell that has some bedding, a couple of books, things like that. So it looks like it was recently occupied. And they pull the door closed with your messy critical. Messy critical, your vampiric nature takes, I guess it is allows you to hear they pull the door closed. The door does not lock, and you even hear the clink of metal being drawn out from something, and you kind of hear them shuffle a bit and then go silent.
Should we investigate that?
You two saw some people leave kind of suspiciously. Jerry saw them enter a cell. Mikhail, upon noticing you guys notice, shakes his head at you and mouths the words like "not now."
Okay.
And I look at him and go, I'm looking around and go, where's Jerry?
Yeah, I came out here because I was compelled to. So now that
I'm
out here,
I'm asking Mikhail more.
Okay, I was actually asking. I was actually asking God.
Jerry or Mikhail. Let me see. What would be a good roll for this? So, Hayden, give me an insight plus wits. I'm going to give him a roll also in an attempt to determine how easy he makes it for you. Okay. I'll see what you roll and I'll decide what.
So I'm rolling the same
roll
thing?
with a +2 bonus.
So what am I rolling? Subterfuge?
Insight plus wits.
Insight. Plus wits. +2?
Yeah. Okay. Man, everybody's getting these messy criticals. How would that play out with vampires? Because he's just gonna say something to you. It plays out in a relatively positive way, but also a way that goes overboard, or I can just make you hungrier. So what he says, and I'm not good at subterfuge, but he says something along the lines of, what did you ask him again? Where did Jerry go?
Yeah, where's Jerry?
And he says something along the lines of, I'm pretty sure I saw Jerry go out to smoke a cigarette. You know, for one, Jerry doesn't smoke cigarettes, and you get the feeling that he said, "I told Jerry to go out. Don't worry about it."
All right.
Maybe as a messy critical, you get all that, but you're still worrying about it. You know.
No.
Yeah, but
if he says it's cool, then it's cool.
yeah. Cole, unless you want to be inciting this, you are oblivious to this. You know,
100% oblivious.
Yeah, you were just going outside. He was just going to go outside. After a while, the bailiff comes over and says, we can go get your things out of your cell, and then we'll be on our way. And Mikhail kind of guides. He motions for you and Cole to exit a different way, not with them. And you know, he kind of explains to you, and he's like, she's got a few things she has to do on the legal side of things, I guess you could say, that we're not allowed to be privy to. And then you know, he kind of escorts you guys out a different way. Jerry, you see Tiv escorted to a cell. She goes inside and starts, you know, gathering up her stuff, and the bailiff, you know, he wanders off.
Is it the cell that I saw those other guys go into?
It's directly across from them. I'll say your messy critical is still in effect. You hear them starting to move towards her. Let's see if she notices. Open up her sheet. Roll awareness plus wits. She rolls. She rolls good. But I should roll for them again just to see. Okay. All right, so she keeps on messing around with her stuff, so she doesn't appear to have noticed them. Now, Jerry, here's where more of your memory flashes back. She's like, okay, you're in the conversation again with Mikhail and Camille, and he's like, all right, we're pretty sure they're going to try to grab her after the trial, regardless of if it goes her way or not. But all we need you to do is step out and confront them when they try to grab her. They won't attack you. All you need to do is confront them. They won't attack you. For one, they're not going to be expecting you, but for two, that would go against their creed. It's a little more complicated. They're part of the clan that thinks that the faction of the clan that Tiv and I belong to are outdated and need to be removed. But they're not going to attack you because they consider you to be an innocent. So all you have to do is confront them. And then and then we flash back into present time. And yeah, you see the guys exit the cell, and they're creeping across the hall over to where Tiv is.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and walk out of the cell and make myself very clearly seen.
Do you want to even use your awe ability?
Oh yes, absolutely. I want that all the way on. Like if that was a muscle, I'm 100% flexing it so hard right now.
And do you say anything?
Give me a moment. All right, I'm going to say, now, gentlemen, you're about to get into a lot of trouble. So is this really what you want to be doing tonight?
And they all turn in surprise towards you. And you hear Tiv in the cell stop whatever she was doing and says, "What's going on? What's going on out there?" And those guys say,
"Nothing, Tiv. Just saying. Good evening to some people that were passing by."
And then Tiv steps out of her cell and looks at them and it's like, "Passing by, huh? They sure seemed armed to be passing by." The bailiff guy pokes his head back in. He's like, "What's going on? What's going on in here?" And he spots them and says, and then he steps out. Like his face gets serious, and he steps into the hall and he's like, what is going on in here?" And the three guys are like, "We weren't doing anything." That they start like stammering and stuff, and he looks at them and it's like, "It looks like you were planning on assaulting this woman here who's just been proven I guess she wasn't proven innocent, she was proven guilty, but who's just been it looks like you guys are trying to carry out your own sentence." And he goes and he like calls for the judge, and the judge comes in a few minutes later, and they start explaining what's happening. And the judge, basically what ends up happening is those three guys end up in cells. Jerry, you are thanked heartily for your help in preventing these people from committing a horrible crime against the clan. Tiv is, you and Tiv walk out, together, and Max and Cole and Mikhail, y'all are all waiting outside, and you see Tiv and Jerry walk out. Jerry, you remember the whole thing now. You needed to be compelled to do all this, but you couldn't remember that you needed to do all this because there were, mind readers in the room, basically. Right. So you had to forget it all. Now you remember it. That's what happened when you were picked up by that one person who Cassidy thought was a Fed, and then you came back and had no memory of where you were for a few hours.
Right.
So
Tiv, that time I got kidnapped. After I got kidnapped, right after other time I got kidnapped.
Yeah. And Tiv and Jerry come walking out like everything's good. Tiv's carrying a box with her stuff in it, and they come walking out the front door, and y'all are out there waiting and see him walk out.
So what just happened? I'm so confused.
Yeah.
So basically, some people after the trial tried to they had daggers, so they were probably going to attack Tiv. Jerry had been compelled to get into position to stop them. And we can say that, like, Mikhail's now explaining things to you guys, and he says, so they're part of another faction that wants us to change the old ways, and they believe what Tiv is and has been doing her entire life, is wrong, and they wanted to take her out, probably as a blow to me and the other inquisitors and paladins of the clan. Um, this was just a
You love me too.
how would you say it?
Is there any
This
love
was an
language?
attempt to start a
What?
internal war or
What?
something.
Why are you being
Like I
such a
said,
baby? Why
I
you
don't like
loud?
politics. Normally, I just leave, but I couldn't do that with Tiv involved here. But we stopped them, and they're now going to get their own trials.
Could be butt eater.
Gotcha.
And Tiv's like, yeah, I didn't know any of this was going to happen. It does suck that I have to go into torpor for a year after I finish my job as an Inquisitor, but to be fair, I'm going to be doing that for another 100 years. Plus one. So that's a little ways off.
Wait, you're doing this for 100 years?
Oh yeah, you sign on for 100 years at a time. I mean, I guess it's a little less than 100 years right by now. It's probably more like 87 years to go. But I mean, it's my job. I like doing this stuff.
Hmm.
And then
All
also the lawyer Camille walks out and says, "So I heard there's a little bit of a scuffle in the cells back there." And Mikhail's like, "Yep,
Yeah.
we've got three new criminals to the clan," and she's like, "Well, I guess it'll be my job to prosecute them." And she gets into her car and leaves.
Huh? Is that too much to ask?
Huh.
Come on, Pop-Tart.
I'm like looking, I'm like, that was interesting.
Jerry's going to turn to
Mikhail.
Max and Cole and it's going to be like, does this feel like an Uno reverse card or something?
Well, Jerry, you now remember that you met with both Mikhail and the prosecution lawyer that night you were kidnapped, as far as everyone knew. You guys came up with a plan basically to show that Max was a good choice, and also to foil the whatever attempt that the people were going to make against Tiv afterwards.
I feel like I just got to witness a major plan, but was nothing more than a pawn in it the whole time.
Basically, yeah. And Mikhail says, "Welcome to life as a young vampire."
Please, puppies. You okay, Tater?
We're always pawns to the ones older than us, and
Well,
I feel like I was probably a pawn to the judge himself.
why? Is the judge your sire?
No, not at all. But this trial went far too easily. The sentences were far too light. Even though Tiv would likely have not been sentenced to death, normally the punishments for breaking the rules are a lot worse. She was sentenced to another year at a job she already likes, and then sentenced to a light nap.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
To be fair, the judge used to be an assassin for the clan, so while he can't personally choose sides anymore, he would have been on our side, I should say. He hunted down and, well, I guess he was similar to more similar to Mikhail. He did similar things to me in that he hunted those who just needed to be punished and took them out. Only he did so at the orders of others, where I do so on my own. He was an assassin for the state, to make the analogy, where I'm more on the vigilante side of things. But we both followed a similar code. And
All right.
that's where we'll end the night.
Nice
With
resolution.
you guys standing around perplexed. It's what, 10:45 for you guys? Yeah, that's where we'll end the night.
Cool. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah. That is our season finale of season 2 of Houston After Dark. The next thing you will likely hear a couple of bonus episodes after this. And then, actually, I don't know what's going to come after season 2 of this. Possibly back to Stranded, because now that I'm thinking of it, you guys will have also heard season 1 of Stranded, or possibly something new altogether. There is a game, Monstrous Races game that we might hint at. But anyway, I was your storyteller, Ron Bjork. With me tonight was Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank. I was Coldstone, not to be confused with the Cold Stone Creameries. This was not an affiliated ad, but if you're out there and you feel like it, you can totally sponsor us. I like free ice cream. You can find me on.
Appreciate free ice cream.
Yes, you can find me on social media if you look hard enough. A few episodes back, I think my name was mentioned in full, not like the full Eagle, but close enough. You can also catch me streaming on Twitch occasionally at the IDM Roleplay at twitch.tv.
And we had Hayden.
Hey, it was good to not see my sire die tonight, so that was a good thing.
And
learn that we had a freak out about nothing. That it was my sire the whole time, thinking that he was the masquerade, or the, what do you call him?
The main character.
No, I don't want to call him the Institute. It's not the Institute. It's Inquisition.
And Bill.
Hey everybody, I was Bill. I played Jerry, the very confused therapist this time around. I've had a great time up until now, and I can't wait for next season when Jerry is going to be going full course into setting up an anarchy. I think we're ready for this. And to everyone out there, including those 4 people over in Japan, I hope you all know I love you.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks everyone for listening. The intro and outro songs you heard today was Foxhole Revolution, created by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license, CreativeCommons.com, licenses by 4.0. The night is over, and have a great day, everyone.